Hi there, this is Jen, and thanks so much for stopping by today. Today is the day of the monthly card Hop and Hop. This has been a year-long event that's going to continue into next year. Yay! It is super fun, so we pick a different a theme and technique every month, and for the month of December, it is winter for the theme and either embossing powders or pastes, and I'm going to go ahead and use pastes in my video. There will be a list of participants below as well as a link to the next person in the hop order, so please don't forget to check that out and leave some love for all of these talented creative card artists. And so for my first card, I am going to be using some of the Nuvo glitter paste or glimmer paste, and I'm going to use this geometric background stencil by Honeybee. And basically, I am just taking the paste and spreading it through the stencil. Glimmer pastes are just absolutely beautiful and just so easy to add lots of sparkle to your cards. And this other paste is from Creative Expressions. It's called Glitter Kiss. And the color is Frosty Sparkle. And my craft room is out of the house. It's in a separate building, and so I don't have running water. And so whenever I use paste on my stencils, I have this little box, and it's basically a photo box that I put a little bit of water in. I just throw it in there until I can carry it inside and clean up everything really good in the kitchen. For my next card, I'm going to use both of these pastes. One of them is my favorite paste. The one on the right-hand side is a paper paste. The one on the left-hand side is a gel. And there is kind of trying to show the difference between the texture of the paper paste and the gel. These are both by Finnabair, but there are lots of companies that make pastes. The art companies are probably the most cost-effective because they're not like a specialty card making craft item, but there's lots of options out there to choose from. Like I said, the paper paste is one of my favorites. I use it quite a lot. So I just wanted to show that you can put paste down without a stencil and impress upon it different objects, whether that's a stamp. That happened to be an old Fiskars plate. I don't even know how to use that normally. It was just in one of those things that came in a garage sale pick, and so I've kept a few of them. And so basically I'm just pressing that onto the plate and it's going to give that impression. And you can use virtually anything, whether it's a stamp or a material or cheesecloth or a bubble wrap. Anything you can press into the paste to give an impression of whatever that item is. You just have to make sure to clean it off really well, especially if it's a stamp. And the next card I am using some Liquitex, and this is some heavy gloss. It's a gel, and this is transparent. And the reason I want it transparent is because I am using a piece of pattern paper in the background. And I want to use water-based medium, so I want a watercolor on top of it. Pattern paper generally is not great for that. It will disintegrate very easily. And so I'm going to spread this on top, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm taking the spreader. I believe this is like a cake tool or some kind of kitchen tool that I picked up somewhere along the way, but it works really great for spreading across an entire card. So I'm just going to spread that paste across the entire card. It's going to dry clear, and once it's dry, I'll go ahead and add some water mediums to it. For my last card, I'm using a snowflake stencil and some glitter paper, some silver glitter paper behind it. And the medium I'm using is some Ranger texture paste. And I picked it because it's going to dry white and it's going to dry a solid white, so it's opaque. And that's what I wanted, to be able to see those really pretty snowflakes on top of that glitter. So I'm going to go ahead and set that one aside to dry. And then I'm going to start on finishing up the background. So this is the card that I put the clear gel on top of so that I could use water mediums. I started out with these Jane Davenport crayons, so I'm going to go ahead and scribble a little bit and then take some water and spread that color around. I didn't end up really loving that, and so I took a baby wipe and was able to get most of that color off. And then I grabbed these Prima watercolors. This is the Tropicals one, I think, and I'm just going to get that wet, and then I'm going to wet my paper as well, and then I'll take a paintbrush and just spread that color around, and works really well. If this paper had not been sealed, it would not have withstood the amount of water that I put on this. And so this is one way to kind of stretch that pattern paper and give it a different look without much effort. You can also use a matte medium if you have that in your stash. That works well at sealing as well. And then I'm going to dry up that paper and add my different elements. The thank you is from the Stamp Market, and these snowflake dies are, I believe they are Sizzix. And that really pretty gold paper is from Lawn Fawn. So that is the first completed card. And the next card is that glitter paper background with the snowflakes. And I used a snowflake and then this really cute stamp from Catherine Pooler, and then a die set that just says hi. And that will complete that one. And then for the card with the shimmer or the Nuvo Glimmer paste, I had the square that I had just sitting in my little container of discards, and the snowflake is, I believe, a old Simon Says stamp kit from last year. All I did was add a sentiment that says I love you and a few gems, and that finishes that card off. So this is the textured background, and I'm using some Pixie sparkles in Flirty Sky, and the other color is Bluish. I'm just going to spread those on and spritz those with water to activate. And then to finish this card off, I am using a few more of those snowflakes from Sizzix, as well as a die that I die cut out in silver. And the sentiment just says warm winter wishes. And that is it. Those are my 4 cards for today. I hope it gave you some ideas of some different ways to use different textures and pastes. And I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to go ahead and check out all those that are along the hop. We sure do love to hear from you. And as always, if you liked this video or found it informative, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to spend with me, and I hope to see you next time.